Connecticut, not too far down the street from the great Yale University. We're standing on the Howard Avenue overpass, and we're watching the eastbound traffic head across Connecticut. This is probably the biggest choke point in the whole state of Connecticut for traffic heading east and west. It's Interstate 95. You can see the trucks, these vehicles, they probably start anywhere in the country and then head up to Boston, Providence, Boston, and then eastward. And this is holiday season in August. I'm sure a lot of these people are headed up to Cape Cod or wherever. Now, heaviest traffic is eastbound. The westbound traffic's not bad either. Here's a little look of the overpass itself. It's got 10-foot sidewalks. There's virtually no traffic here. It's probably the best spot in the whole state of Connecticut for heavy traffic and for having a impeach Obama rally on an overpass. It's just ideal. It's low to the ground, heavy traffic. It's probably heavy traffic like this every day of the week. Today we're here on Saturday morning around 10 o'clock in the morning. It's just ideal. Now we're set up across the street, or at least some people I see are set up across the street. I'm going to go over there and chat with them. As you can see, it's just a stroll across this wide boulevard, and the traffic's pretty heavy coming back this way too. Now, holy cow! I've seen that guy before. Sir, who are you and what are you doing here?
My new name is Pedro Cigarro. I am a rodeo clown.
You're the rodeo clown?
I am the third in a long line of the Coco the Clown dynasty. I'm the third in the line. My grandfather was first in line. He was the man that originally portrayed FDR being run down by 20 Mustangs in the rodeo. Wild Mustangs. He perfected the whole act. I'm just carrying on the family tradition. Everybody wants to see famous people being chased down by large farm animals. So, what I attempt to do to keep up with the public demand, I like to give them what they want. Everybody wants to see a politician get run down by a 2,000-pound Brahma bull. We all want to see that. We all know that. However, because the president happens to be black, they said that I was not allowed to do my act, time-honored act. I portrayed LBJ going into a very large hornet's nest. Nobody complained about that. Now I simply do the same thing I've been doing. I portray Barack Obama getting run down by a 2,000-pound Brahma bull, and everybody loses their mind. What kind of country is this? I have taken it upon myself to renounce my American citizenship, and I went down to Mexico, and I snuck back in.
How'd you get back to Connecticut?
The nice people down there told me this was a very good place. This place, New Haven, was a great place to go for a guy in my situation. They told me that they had social workers and a lot of programs. I don't have to work as a rodeo clown anymore, but where I will work, except now I will be paid under the table. Just like the other 16 guys that were with me on the cantaloupe truck that came here. So we will all be here, good, hard-working Mexican people that will be happy to be your neighbors and make a little extra money on the side. So life is getting easier for me now.
Now, what is your name again?
My new name is Pedro Cigarro.
That sounds familiar.
Well, a little funny story about that. My original intention was to go in as a rodeo clown, having an explosive cigar, and of course, exploding shoes. However, on the border, the TSA agents confiscated all my explosive shoe devices, and they took even the little load on my cigar. They wouldn't let me bring it in. However, I was considering going to Hartford with my act, but it turns out that there already is a Pedro Cigarro in Hartford that's also a clown. So they took away that opportunity.
Isn't Pedro Cigarro the mayor of Hartford?
I heard he was a clown. I do not know about his political rank. I just heard he was a clown, and they told me they didn't need two clowns by that name in that city. So here I am in New Haven, waiting for the Goshen Fair to open. I will be paid under the table, but I will be actively working that fair. And hopefully, I will be able to portray such dignitaries as Mr. Malloy. I want to do Mr. Malloy diving into a hot steaming pile of cow dung. This is where I'm going with my career now. I have a whole new world open to me, and I'm eager to take it, and being a good citizen and of good cheer. So look for me. I will be all around the state as your favorite politician. You don't know? Maybe I'll be doing Janet Reno one day, wrestling a crocodile. I don't know.
Oh, listen, that would be cruelty. That would be cruelty to animals.
Well, like I say, we have my father before me. He perfected this. My grandfather started it. My father perfected it. And it's most famous, of course, we all know. We were all wondering how Jimmy Carter withstood the swamp rabbit attack. We unleashed 6 swamp rabbits on my father dressed as Jimmy Carter, and that was perfectly good. And he fought them off successfully. So I continue in the same vein as our dynasty, the Coco the Clown dynasty. We will not stop. We will continue to do what we do forever. And if that means having a guy looking like this being chased by a 2,000-pound Brahma bull, it is my right as an American to do so.
Now, let me tell you something. You sure have a gift of gab. You ever think of running for politics yourself?
Well, I think I will leave that to those that are more criminally minded than myself, sir. I am just a working man. I could never, ever think of the lies that these guys tell us. I'm good, but I am not that good.
Well, I'm glad to see you out here today on the overpass on Howard Avenue. You seem to be getting a lot of attention. People are beeping their horns, waving to you. I guess this is the time. And if you were to say something to the American public about who you are and what we are, what would you tell them? One last message.
I would like to say this. At this time in American history, you must remember, we are all rodeo clowns now. Thank you.
And tell me about your flag.
My flag is pretty self-explanatory, except it's backwards.
Oh, it's a rodeo flag.
America is a rodeo country now.
There you go.
Therefore proclaimed on this day by me, America's rodeo clown.